Hello everyone, I hope you're doing amazing. Thank you for tuning into the channel. You asked for it, and your wish is my command. The requests keep asking, what's happening with the Phoenix real estate market? Let's dive right into it. And I believe at the end, which you need to stick around for, you're going to see that now might be a great time for you to make a move. New listings. Let's talk a bit more about them. It's great to see that we're adding more inventory to the market, keeping the rollover fresh, as it were. However, what's a little bit concerning to me is that we're up about 40% from last year. 12 months ago, we were right around 6,000. Now we've broken 10,000. So it's good to see new homes being put on the market. It gives buyers more selection, and it lets sellers know that they have to keep their houses in tip-top shape because they want to attract the buyers, so they write the offers, so then they buy their properties, which are for sale. And that's how this whole business goes. Buyers, sellers, sellers, buyers. Next, we'll talk about active listings. It was definitely a concern for both buyers and sellers. Each wanted to know, is it good or bad to have so many properties being added to the market? And my answer is, the more homes we add to the market, the bigger selection the buyers will have. Of course, I guess you could say if there's way too many houses for sale, then buyers may just get overwhelmed with their selection. But where we are right now, I feel comfortable with more than we've seen traditionally. And that also means, again, sellers have to keep their house showroom ready, as it were, because when the buyers are looking at your property for sale, they're going to be comparing them against a lot of other properties for sale. That just makes common sense. So sellers, keep your house ready at a moment's notice, because that's when buyers usually want to see your property. And buyers, take your time, take your notes. This next Valley of the Sun real estate information everybody is honing in on because they want to know exactly what's going on with closed listings. We have some good news and some not so good news. The good news is more houses have closed this month than the month prior. The not so good news is we haven't closed as many as last year. And a little bit more not so good news, which isn't horrible news. I just want you to understand this. The closed listings aren't technically or mathematically or factually keeping up with the amount of houses that are being put on the market. Again, not a good thing or a bad thing. It just means right now there's more inventory. And I keep saying that over and over because it's important for buyers to understand now may be a great time to get out there and shop. Sellers, now is where you want, if your house is on the market, to make sure it's in a perfect showing position. And potential sellers, you definitely want to talk to your agents and make sure that when and if, or if and when you put your home on the market, it's going to be exactly market ready, priced properly, promoted properly, and of course, priced properly. All of those 3 P's, price, product, and promotion, we can adjust. But what you don't want to do, you never want to do, is just throw your house on the market and just hope for the best. Because when there's a large amount of inventory, guessing is not what you want to do. And buyers, take your time and understand, just because there's more houses on the market than there were before, that doesn't mean that you should stall out the process. When you find the house that will become your home, that's the one you want to put or submit an offer on. If you're looking for your dream home, perhaps an investment property or a second home here in the Valley of the Sun, then our new mobile app is for you. It's fast, it's private, it's accurate. Best of all, it's free. Go ahead, give it a try. This next real estate statistic has everybody's attention, and the subject is average sales price. We always joke around and say it's a crowd favorite. The funny part is you're never sure what crowd actually likes it more. And I guess I would say it like this. When prices are going higher and higher, the sellers like it. When the prices are trickling downward, the buyers like it. So right now, and I don't want to speak with forked tongue, but here's the deal. Prices are continuing to increase, which is a good thing for our market overall. However, there's a lot more inventory. So then you might be asking yourself, well, if there's more inventory, why aren't prices going down? Here's the rub. Because an area is desirable in Phoenix Metro, the Valley of the Sun, a lot of people are moving here, for whatever the reasons may be. So inventory that's adding up isn't helping sellers be the only front row concert ticket available. But when you have a concert that's in demand, tickets are going to be sold and people are going to find their happiness wherever they're sitting, front stage, side stage, sometimes behind the stage, upper, lowers. Well, I think you get the point. So my point in the real estate market as we're currently experiencing, yes, more homes are being added to the market for sale, which is beautiful. Buyers have their selections. However, for sellers, smile here, prices don't seem to be going down. Whether you're thinking about buying and or selling, now's the time to make your move. I know they always say, when's the best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago. When's the second best time? Right now. Well, I believe that's holding true for real estate, especially here in the Valley of the Sun. I don't see prices decreasing. And for buyers, inventories aplenty, so you have a selection. I think it's a perfect balance. I don't know that we'll ever see a 50-50 balance, but we do see houses for sale and the market holding steady. The only really thing we need now is for us to come together and agree on terms of a contract. Please click subscribe, like, leave us a comment. That truly helps this channel grow. How important is knowing where the housing inventory is? Like I say in every market update, a healthy inventory is somewhere between 2 months low and 4 months high. 3 months mean average. And you can see by the numbers that we're at the high end of where we want to be. Not a bad thing though. Buyers, plenty of selection. I've said that once or twice. Sellers, we're not in any kind of danger zone yet because prices are holding steady. So right now it's a win-win. I guess if everybody wanted to enjoy this real estate market, sellers, let's do what we have to do to get your home sold. And buyers, let's get you out there shopping. Everybody smiles. This excellent request is going to shed some serious light on the current real estate market. Listing success rate. Let me take a deeper dive on that. Typically, when a house doesn't sell, we call it being canceled or expired. I'm sure there's other definitions or terms, but the gist of it is the home is no longer for sale. But like life and oceans, real estate and sellers have ebbs and flows, and many times they just change their mind. It's not actually a reflection of the market or the house product. It's just timing has changed for them. Maybe they want to test the waters at a later date. Maybe they're going to alter the house to make it more livable in their eyes, add the pool that they always wanted, or convert one of the bedrooms into a gym, whatever. Many are reasons why that house didn't sell. I like the numbers where they are now. We're right about where we were last year. The last couple of months, it did take a dive. My guess was election, interest rates were scaring people in the sense, and I think we've come to the conclusion now that they are where they are going to be, and we can always alter those interest rates. And I don't want to get into it. I'm not a lender. I know enough to be dangerous, but we can always buy down the rate or refinance if the timing comes. But what we see here is when it comes to listing success rate, we're right about where we want to be again. And I like what I'm seeing. More inventory. Again, prices are holding steady or increasing. That's a good thing. Shows the market is steady. So when we look at the big picture overall, not every house that goes on the market will sell. Of course, sellers would like to see that number be at 100%. And buyers, they really don't have a dog in the fight. When they find that house to call a home, they're happy with it. So that's really what I have to say about listing success rate. On to the next subject. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think is going to happen in 2025. Last, but certainly not least, well, technically speaking, this is the last statistic I'll be talking about, but by no means the least. I love using days on market when submitting an offer for our buyers. It lets me know how aggressive we should be with that offer based on how long a property has or hasn't been sitting on the market. When it comes to potential sellers, we make it crystal clear that the average days on market is a good average starting point to suggest how long their property may sit on the market. If it falls into average, then let's go with those numbers. But if the property is unique, we want to adjust the mindset for them of how long the property could potentially be on the market. The more unique or perhaps the more desirable or less unique or less desirable a property and or area is will tell us all we need to know. If you like this video, make sure you check out this one. I'll see you over there. Until next time, take care. God bless America. I'll talk to you soon.